You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that was good to see. A walk-off win for the Dodgers to take the series 3-2 the final. Shohei Ohtani, the man of the hour and the man of the day with 2 hits. I am Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. Place to hang out when every game is done. And we're also on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. Wherever you find your podcast, download it there. BC brings up a pretty good point. Although I think the answer, BC, is fairly obvious. How do you go 4 years without a walk-off? The Angels. So Shohei Ohtani, his first walk-off as a Dodger, of course, and his first walk-off in 4 years. So I guess, didn't have one as an Angel, which means the Angels, I don't know if that means they didn't necessarily have a walk-off, but Shohei did not have a walk-off. Right? Am I thinking, am I misunderstanding that? Just because Shohei didn't have a walk-off as an Angel didn't mean the Angels didn't have a walk-off, unless I'm misunderstanding something about that stat. Didn't hear it correctly or something. Good outing today from Landon Knack, although he walked the leadoff batter. He had a clean inning from there. Mookie Betts back in the lineup. That was nice to see. Hit a fairly deep fly ball to left field in his first at bat, and we're thinking, oh, maybe, because he's prolific at the leadoff homer with 51 all time and 31 as a Dodger. Landon Knack, we haven't seen him, it seems like, in a long time, but it's only been 7 days. I thought that Yamamoto was supposed to get the start today, but evidently they made a change on that, and I think Landon Knack was fairly sharp. 4 2/3, 1 run, 3 hits, 5 Ks, 64 pitches. Of course, the almighty book, the metrics book, Sabermetrics, said that you have to take out Landon Knack at that point in time. 64 pitches right after a K. Fortunately, Yarborough came in and got the next out. So Yarbs did his job, but I don't get that. I'm sorry, I don't get it. Let the guy finish the inning. You don't have to go lefty at that point. I mean, the game was tied. I think it was 2-1 at that point, maybe. So in the end, it all worked out, and we're not seeing any fire Dave Roberts comments just yet. But did I run the Clippers thing again? Are you trying to drop a Clippers post-game show? The Clips are okay. Good. Did I run the Clippers? No, I didn't. Did I run the Clippers leadoff intro? I'm pretty sure I ran the Dodgers one. Well, if I ran the Clippers one, I'm sorry. Surprising. Anyway, Dodgers with a nice win, 3-2. I think they did a fantastic job on Elly De La Cruz after the Thursday performance where he was 4 for 4 with 4 stolen bases. And then 0 for 4 on Friday, 0 for 4 yesterday, and 0 for 4 today with 4 Ks. That 4th K was a crucial K with runners in scoring position. So Mr. Seabad is back on Dave Roberts. He can have his job for another day after a performance like this today. Ohtani bobbleheads. Here we go. 10 grand on eBay. You must be kidding. I really hope you're kidding. That was a whole nother thing I wanted to get into yesterday, the bobbleheads. It's kind of controversial because there's a fair amount of stories on Google about it. They are giving away, whether or not it's Shohei Ohtani or Will Smith or whoever's bobblehead night it is, they offer 40,000 bobbleheads. The first, they say it. They're very clear about it. Whenever Oral or EK reads the promo, it's the first 40,000 fans. Problem being that the Dodgers pretty regularly get upwards of 50 to 53,000 fans. And it is basically first come, first serve, first 40,000 fans through the gate. People were lining up at like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, if not earlier, for the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead on Thursday. And 13,000 people were left empty-handed, left disappointed. And I'm sure a lot of them were kids. And I get it from the standpoint of the Dodgers. They don't want to order 50,000 and then have 46,000 people show up and have 4 or 5 extra thousand bobbleheads left over. But I don't think that would be the problem. I think they can afford a few more bobbleheads. So I understand that people are upset. I think there is a way to handle this to make it a little bit more close to the number. I don't think they should go down the path of buy the extra ticket and it's guaranteed. I don't like that thing that they do. If you buy the upgraded ticket, you get the free giveaway, whatever it may be. It's not a giveaway. You're paying for it, right? I like the first come, first serve thing, but they should be a little closer to the number. Like almost everybody that gets there before the game starts should get a bobblehead, not leave 13,000 people empty-handed. And I'm sure there were a ton of kids. The 13,000 people is a lot of people to leave empty-handed, right? Am I wrong here? It feels like just spend the extra. Okay, let's say they need an extra 10,000 bobbleheads. When they're buying that many, they're probably $2 or $3 a piece, at the most $5,000, $50,000 for the Dodger organization is like they could find that in their couch. It's not a big deal. I don't understand why they don't get closer to the number, especially when it comes to Shohei Ohtani. You might not get 50,000 for a Will Smith bobblehead. Who's the other one there that's coming up? I can't remember. Is it who's the next bobblehead? I'm trying to think. Oh, it's Tyler Glasnow. Yeah. Are you going to get 50 plus for Tyler Glasnow? Could be, possibly. Obviously, Shohei's a different thing, and they should account for that. They should be aware that, hey, everybody, their mother, their grandmother, and all the aunts and uncles and cousins are going to show up to get this bobblehead because it's a big deal. My wife's brother is a huge Dodger fan, goes to 1 or 2 games a year, picks out a very specific bobblehead that he wants because he's got a big collection, because his dad had a big collection. Consequently, I have some of those, and they're classics like Drysdale and Koufax and Jackie Robinson and all of that. But he'll go to the game, get the bobblehead, watch a few innings, and then head home, which I don't understand, but that's the way he likes to do it. So it's all about the bobblehead for him. Game is kind of secondary. So I'm sure there are a lot of people that feel that way. I want this damn bobblehead, especially when it's Shohei Ohtani. I mean, people are absolutely berserk for him right now. And the Dodgers, I think that's a swing and a miss there. They should have done a better job of accounting for all of the fans that wanted a bobblehead there. But I'm sure they'll make it up another time. It's not going to be the last bobblehead for Shohei Ohtani as a Dodger. They get the walk-off courtesy of Shohei Ohtani in the bottom of the 10th inning, 3-2, scoring Jay, who had a nice night or nice day as well, which leads me to our next segment, the Diamond Dogs, which we will get to right after the break. I am Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. We come on after the game and break it down for you. You can also listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed, where you can hear Jeff and Vince a little bit later with their analysis of this game and how the team is moving along on a nice little 3-game winning streak after a series win over the Reds. All right, today's show is brought to you by Policygenius. Policygenius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace that saves you time and money, so you can provide your family with a financial safety net starting as early as today, at the latest tomorrow. Give them a call. Policygenius, check out their website. You can find insurance policies that start at $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid unnecessary medical exams. Policygenius helps you compare your options from top companies, and their team of licensed experts is on hand to help you walk through it and talk through it and make the right decision. They have no incentive to recommend one insurer over another, so you can just trust their guidance. Check the life insurance off your to-do list in no time with Policygenius. Head to policygenius.com/LockedOnMLB or click on the link in the description to get your free insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com. Today's show also brought to you by Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is a product that I have used for a long time, so much so that I went to check a ticker symbol recently, and it just from clicking on like whatever the ticker was, let's say it was eBay or something, I clicked on it And it took me to my Yahoo Finance page, which I haven't been to in years. So it was kind of cool to know that it's still there. Basically, what's great about Yahoo Finance is you can see all your investments and retirement accounts in one place. With Yahoo Finance, you can consolidate your views from multiple accounts into one hub and access the expert analysis you need to tend to your entire portfolio. When it comes to your financial future, you think you've done it all. You've saved, you've researched what stocks and investments you want to make. You've invested all that you can. Now you need to take those investments to the next level by using what every financial great uses, Yahoo Finance. For more than 25 years, Yahoo Finance has been the brand behind every great investor. I feel like I've been there since the beginning. Whether you're a seasoned investor or looking into making some extra investments and getting extra guidance for those investments, Yahoo Finance gives you all the tools and data you need in one simple place. For comprehensive financial news and analysis, visit the brand behind every great investor, yahoofinance.com. That's the number one financial destination, yahoofinance.com. That's yahoofinance.com. All right, Dodgers, their first walk-off. I want to say it's their first walk-off of the year. I can't remember another one. And I'm a huge fan of walk-offs. It feels like they take the win to a whole nother level, especially when you're there. It keeps you in it right up until the very end. Just like the PGA Championship today. How great was that? I don't know if you were going back and forth like I was, but how great was that little half hour where the Dodgers get the walk-off and San Diego Xander Schauffele wins his first major? That was a pretty cool thing. I had the game on the tablet, the golf on the TV, and if it wasn't for stupid Colin Morikawa, who screwed me in the final round again. He screwed me in the final round of the Masters, and he screwed me today with no birdies. One birdie, but an even par round of 71. His number was like 69 today. He had to shoot 2 under, maybe 3 under. He'd been lighting it up the first 3 rounds. What does he do out today? Goes out and lays an egg, doesn't birdie until the 18th hole. I'm like, come on, dude, you're killing me. I had everybody else. I had Xander to go low. I had Hovland to go low. I had, there was one other guy, Scotty Scheffler. I knew that he was going to go low after his crap round yesterday, after getting arrested on Friday. It was bound to happen. You know, he had the great round after the arrest and then a bad round on Saturday. I'm like, he's not going to have back-to-back bad rounds. So he went out and threw up a 65 today. So, but Colin Morikawa, La Cañada. I'm trying to support the California guys. No more. Done with Colin Morikawa in my pick selections on FanDuel, or what did I use today? I think I used PrizePicks today. Oh, anyway, Dodgers win, so that felt good. And it was nice to see Xander Schauffele, a fellow San Diego State alumnus, bring home the Wanamaker Trophy. But back to baseball, Dodgers, they take 3 out of 4 from the Reds, who fought hard. This was a really good series, all in all, across the board. I thought it was entertaining. I didn't ever feel like the Dodgers were going to push them over, a sub 500 team as they are. They kept battling. You never really felt like the 4-0 win was probably the one that was the most comfortable. It felt like, all right, we're going to cruise to the end of this one. It's not going to be an issue. But today, Dodgers jump out early, and then the Reds fight back, and then they had to win it with the walk-off. So let's get to the Diamond Dogs list, top 5 plays of the day. Number 5, Freddie Freeman, a leadoff hit in the 4th. Nice little stroke out to right field. It came on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Another nice performance for Freeman, 1 for 4 with the run scored. Only 1K, had a couple of hits yesterday, so he's definitely got it going. The average creeping back up towards 300. It's 294 with a 446 slugging and a 407 on base percentage. For number 4, Andy Pages, he's got it working again. 2-run homer right after Freddie Freeman, came in the 4th inning. It is his 5th home run of the season and first in like 15 games. It went to left field on a line, kind of a frozen rope, first pitch slider that he just took advantage of. And it was, squared up. He had his hands and then pulled in real nice and ripped it down the line, which is that pitch was a tough pitch to pull. A 96-mile-an-hour slider that was coming inside. That was Freeman. Sorry. The slider wasn't a 96-mile-an-hour slider, but it was a tough pitch to hit, and it was a nice piece of hitting from Andy Pajas to give the Dodgers the 2-run advantage. For number 3 on the Diamond Dogs list, Jason Hayward, a leadoff single in the 7th, got on first base and promptly stole second base. So he would be number 2 as well. The base hit and then the steal immediately following with the head first slide. It was getting the Dodgers in scoring position, but they did not take advantage of that. Today, they were 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Mookie was 0 for 3, Barnes 0 for 1, Shohei 0 for 1, Hernandez 0 for Ohtani was the only one that got the hit. 1 for 1, the game winner. Lux was 0 for 1, and Freddie was 0 for 1 as well. And then obviously number 1, Shohei Ohtani, the base knock in the 10th, a frozen rope through the hole between first and second, scorched base hit, as you would expect from Shohei Ohtani for the walk-off. His first as a Dodger and his first in 4 years, as he did not get one when he was with the Angels, which is kind of surprising, but at the same time, not really all that surprising. Landon Knack, he was pretty good through 4. He had allowed just 1 hit. He was very efficient, had the fastball up, working for strikeouts. Then after that, into the 5th inning, he gave up back-to-back doubles, and he was pulled right after a K. 64 pitches, because 65 would have been too many. Come on. I don't get that. Oh, I know. Lefty, lefty, righty, righty. And Yarbs came in and did a nice job. Although, what was up with that sack bunt play from Yarbrough and Lux? So a sack bunt, Yarbs fields it, spins around because he's a lefty. So he had to spin to his glove hand to throw over to first and didn't bother to see if Gavin Lux had made it over there. So I couldn't see the wide view. I don't know if Lux was late, but Yarbrough sure as heck didn't look. That was one of those things where it's on both of those guys. At first I was like, come on, Yarb. WTF there. Like, what's going on? That's minor league, little league stuff. You don't just throw it over there hoping that somebody's going to be there. I mean, you've got no peripheral vision to see that Lux is not even close. I know he's spinning around and all of that, but I mean, take a beat. Look, it wasn't, I don't know who was running, but I'm sure you had time. You didn't need to throw it that fast. So bad play from Yarbrough. And I would assume Lux was late, need to get there. So he takes some of the blame as well. Vesia then came in after Yarbrough. Yarbrough gave up 1 run on 1 hit, walking 2, striking out 1, a little less than you were expecting from Yarbrough. He's been so good lately with that 2.7 ERA, but Vesia came in and did what he did on a regular basis of late, or did what he has been doing. Zeros across the board, gave up 1 walk and struck out 3. So no hits allowed in 1 2/3 for Vesia. He did walk. Vesia walked in a run, but got out of a jam. Did he walk in a run? Oh, yeah, he did, but it was charged to Yarbrough. That's right. So that wasn't ideal. But again, got out of the jam. Dodgers tied at that point, and it's good to see that Vesia is competing. It's good to see that he's continuing to come in there and battle, and we don't look at Vesia and go, oh, no, Vesia is coming in. Blake Treinen, 1 inning, 1 K, 2 hits, back-to-back hits there. A wild pitch, I believe. Maybe they called that a pass ball because one of his Frisbee sweepers that dives off like a wiffle ball was uncatchable there by Austin Barnes. But all in all, the 0.0 ERA for Blake Treinen continues. And our first look at Banda, we haven't seen him before, acquired from the Cleveland Guardians. I remembered, not the Indians. 1 inning for him, 1 K, the rest zeros, just 9 pitches. That was dominant and nice to see. Then the walk-off in the bottom of the 10th gave the Dodgers the win, 3-2 the final, to take 3 of 4 from the battling Reds. They're now 32-17, 18-9 at home. The Reds are 19-28 and 10-15 on the road, but they played hard. They battled. One of the things I like about facing the Reds is the the classic nature of these two franchises. They've been around for a long, long time. It reminds me of when I was a little kid and it was, Bench and Concepcion and all of those guys. So there's something about the Reds that I enjoy. It's like the Braves too, because the Braves used to be in the same division as the Dodgers in the National League West. So there's a lot of history and heritage between these two franchises. Dodgers now 8 games up over the Padres in the West, who are 23 and 24 and 5-5 over their last 10. Well, the Dodgers are 6-4 over their last 10, riding a 3-game winning streak. We'll take the final break, come back and wrap it up as the Dodgers get ready for what's in town next tomorrow. They're not off. I know that. I'm totally blanking. The Diamondbacks. Yep. Right back to work tomorrow. No rest for the weary. Thank you for joining me here on the Locked On Dodgers postcast. I am Pete Fox. You can watch us on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel and listen on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. All right, today's show also brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs is very, very helpful if you are trying to find a job or if you have a business and you are trying to find employees. What's the one move you can make that'll make your business stronger this year? LinkedIn Jobs. They know that your success all depends on the team you surround yourself with. That's why LinkedIn Jobs has created the tools to help you find the right professionals for your team faster and free. I've told you about it before. We have a little pottery business in Riverside. If you want to throw some pots, look for Mud Hut in Riverside. And we've hired people off of there. It's like every couple of months we need to hire somebody because we're growing so rapidly. And we always go to LinkedIn and we always get quality candidates. I don't know if we've hired all of them, but we've definitely found people there and interviewed them. I'm not really a part of that process. I just hear about it after the fact, but it's worked really well for us. It's not just another job board. It has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. And it makes it very easy because we know that you have multiple hats that you wear when you are in charge of running a business. You run the business, you do the marketing, you got to buy supplies, and you got to find quality people that work for you as well. So you don't have a lot of time. And that's one of the great things about LinkedIn. It makes it intuitive, quick, easy, and more than anything, it is free. Post your job again for free at linkedin.com /LockedOnMLB. That's linkedin.com /LockedOnMLB to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. All right, Dodgers with a 3-2 walk-off win in the finale. And I guess, Craig, we can feel like finally, yeah. Craig, you scare me sometimes. When I'm thinking about something, I look up at the comments and you have just said it. It happens on a regular basis. I was like, Craig and I are always complaining about how the Dodgers play like crap on Sunday or at the end of a series. I don't know that we've seen a 4-game series yet. So this one was not in the bank as far as winning the series. So this one meant something. Had they lost today, they would have split the 4-game series because they lost that opener there on Thursday on a getaway day when they had to play on back-to-back nights off of a road trip. But yeah, today felt like this one meant something. It wasn't a ho-hum, phone it in kind of Sunday afternoon game. I like winning on Sunday. Like sex. It's very nice. Oh, sex is better on Sunday. Okay. Whatever. Reds always had opening day first game a few years back. Yeah, they did. That was the classic thing about the Reds. They always played, I think they still do consider that like the first official Major League Baseball game of the season. The Cincinnati Reds are the first team to play a Major League Baseball game every year. So a classic franchise there with a ton of history, especially if you're my age and you remember that 70s Big Red machine. Not like we were fans of them, but we respected them as kids because we knew all of their names and they were winning World Series like crazy. And I met Johnny Bench one time in Palm Springs because he had a house out there and he was just the nicest guy. He was so very cool and friendly and easygoing. And I was like, wow, you're cool, dude. I didn't know that, but it makes sense. Mookie Betts returned to the lineup today. It wasn't a great performance from him. I don't know if he's dealing with something or he just had a day off yesterday, what it was, but Like I said, he led off with a nice fly ball to left field that didn't have much oomph on it. And then that was pretty much it. Did get a hit, though. 1 for 5 on the day. I don't remember when that hit came. I must have missed that. But, you know, it seems like he's struggling a little bit to find it. Still batting well over 300 at 337. Shohei Ohtani, the K led off the game for him. Then he flied out to left field. Then he was hit by a pitch. Then he beat out an infield single, which was nice to see. That was fairly clutch for the Dodgers. And then, of course, the walk-off. So 2 for 4 with 1 RBI. Freddie was 1 for 4 with a run scored. 1 strikeout. Teoscar 1 for 3. Andy Pages, the home run with 2 RBI, his 5th home run. He's now batting 265. His slugging is 451. Wow, that is up there. That is third to Ohtani and just below Teoscar. So he's 4th in slugging on the team. Teoscar is 471. Pages 451. Gavin Lux 0 for today. But again, still looking pretty good, just below 200. He had it up to 200 from yesterday's game, but now at 194. Jason Hayward, a hit, a run scored, which was the game winner. His average 238. And Kike 0 for Austin Barnes 0 for 2 with a strikeout. No walks for him. And Will Smith 0 for today. Did get the walk in a 9th, or maybe it was the 10th inning. The 10th inning pinch hit appearance for Will Smith was a walk. So a 3-2 win. I think everything about this series made you feel good about the way things are going for the Dodgers. Little mistakes here and there, defensive errors here and there. Some of the pitching performances had shaky innings, but nothing major, no blow-ups, no put your head in your hands and cuss because you're so frustrated with how it all went. I thought Landon Knack was perfectly acceptable today. I still really like that kid. I think he's got some extra tenacity that you like to see and that you hope he can keep, for the next few years. 4 2/3 today, 5 Ks. Like I said, the fastball up was working. The breaking stuff was solid. 1 run on 3 hits, just 1 walk. Yarborough gave up 1, but that was a walk that Vesia gave up. But other than that, Vesia was solid with 3 Ks over an inning and 2/3. Blake Treinen keeps the 0.0 ERA intact, 17 pitches over 1 inning. He almost got out of it in 10 pitches, but then gave up back-to-back hits. And then the new Dodger, Anthony Banda, his first appearance, he's got the win. He's now 1-0, 1 K and 0s across the board. So good weekend. They will relax and kick their feet up, have a few cold ones tonight, and get ready for the Arizona Diamondbacks tomorrow. Once again, thank you all for joining me here. I am Pete Fox. Thanks for the comments. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast. We come on right after the game and break it down. And then Jeff and Vince jump on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed and give you more information. So you Dodger fans have information coming at you in a variety of different ways. So if for whatever reason you don't like my opinion, listen to Jeff and Vince. Jeff and I disagree on most of everything. So it was weird yesterday when he was in the chat and we were agreeing on things because that doesn't happen very often. So listen to those guys on the Locked On Dodgers podcast and you'll get a completely different opinion than mine. Again, we'll be back at it tomorrow right after Dodgers Diamondbacks, probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Appreciate you joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and we will talk again tomorrow. Have a good Sunday night.